Hello and good morning here from Palm Springs Stadium. George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey here as you are watching the Blue Sox and Bootleggers here in PSCL action. Blue Sox coming into the ball game 8-2 overall, a half game back from first place, tied in second with the A's, and the Bootleggers 2-7-1 overall. 6 games back from first place as they're riding on a 3-game losing streak, tied in last with the Haymakers. So both teams going to go up against each other here. Garcia going to be on the mound to start things off for the Bootleggers. And the first batter he's going to face is Anthony Rojas. He's a catcher this morning for the Blue Sox. As here's a pitch from Garcia, going to be up and in for strike one. Garcia gets set. Here's the 0-1, down and away, count 1-1. Fastball there, just hit the bottom of the strike zone there. On deck is to be Christian Angulo for the Blue Sox. Bootleggers in their orange on white uniforms as that's way inside. 2-1 the count.
Anthony Rojas is his first at-bat of the season. His first appearance against the North Stars, he came on as a pinch runner and was caught stealing.
Garcia gets set. Here's the windup and kick upstairs again. 3-1 the count for Anthony Rojas. The hitters count, they say. Up in the count, 3-1. It's Anthony Rojas here, top of the first inning. And that's going to be popped up into the air high. Into shallow center field. Gonzalez getting underneath that one for the first out of the ball game. Which now brings up Christian Angulo for the Blue Sox, one of the best hitting teams in the PSCL. A big reason why they're on a 5-game win streak and tied in second with a record of 8-2. Half game back from the Lumberjacks, who are in first place. Here's a pitch from Garcia, going to be ripped into foul territory, out of play. 0-1 the count for Angulo. One out, nobody on here, top of the first inning. Blue Sox in their blue on white uniforms. Angulo with the high socks here. The lefty, the wide stance. Here's the 0-1 from Garcia, out and away, 1-1.
Angulo coming into this game hitting .333. He has an RBI in each of his last 3 games, including a solo home run against the Coyotes, his last game.
Here's a 1-1 from Garcia. Way upstairs, past the glove of Swann, who's going to be behind the plate. 2-1 the count for Angulo. Back-to-back Blue Sox hitters up in the count. And it's a 2-1, making now 3-1. Fastball upstairs. Game 1 of our doubleheader here at the Palm Springs Stadium. Here's a 3-1 from Garcia. We hit up into the air, shallow left field. And getting underneath that one for the second out is Scarfani. So 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. It's going to be Joel Queimada at the dish now for the Blue Sox. They're already 2 outs. Garcia gets set on the mound, and here's the kick. Way inside, down low. 1-0 is the count. We've only seen 2 strikes from Nicholas Garcia, the Bootleggers starting pitcher here this morning. Here's a 1-0. Upstairs again, fastball, 2-0 the count.
Joel Queimada, fresh out of Upland High School. He's batting .417 coming into this game. Got a home run. 6 runs batted in.
Again, upstairs and away, as Swann had to reach cross body to get that one. Joel Queimada playing over in left field this morning for the Blue Sox. Here's a 3-0 from Garcia. And get inside, strike one, bottom of the strike zone. So again, 3-1 the count for the 3rd straight Blue Sox batter. Here's a 3-1. Way upstairs, ball number 4. And the first batter to get on base for the Blue Sox is Joel Queimada. Matthew Lawton stepping in the batter's box for the Blue Sox with 1 runner on and 2 outs here, top of the 1st inning. Nobody scored yet between the Blue Sox and Bootleggers here in PSCL action.
Matthew Lawton, another muscular back coming into this game. 5 runs batted in.
Check back over, Queimada safe on first.
Blue Sox lead the PSCL as a team with runs scored. 79 on the year coming into today's game.
Two outs to check back over. Queimada still safe. He has a 4-stride lead over on first. Awaiting the first pitch here, Matthew Lawton. Here it is. That's going to get inside for strike one. Queimada over on first after he was just walked a moment ago. Pitch upstairs, 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 1st inning. Rojas and Angulo both flew out. Here's the 1-1 pitch as that's going to be ripped into left field. Pagan getting underneath that one for the out number 3, leaving Queimada the lone runner on. As we now transition to the bottom of the 1st inning. Go Hattori, Jin Hattori, and Graham Gonzalez, the 3 leading things off for the Bootleggers when we return. Here we are, set for the bottom half of the first inning. Go Hattori, going to lead things off for the Bootleggers. We're on a 3-game losing streak, tied in last place with the Haymakers. There's a pitch there from Daniel Madrigal. Going to be down low, 1-0 the count. Jin Hattori on deck. Madrigal gets set, kicks and delivers. As that's going to go in, strike one. Beautiful Sunday morning here in Palm Springs, California. As Madrigal gets set, kicks and deals a 1-1 pitch, as that's going to be fouled away 1-2. Nobody scored yet here between the Blue Sox and Bootleggers, as we're in the bottom of the first inning. Go Hattori, the third baseman. As here's the 1-2 pitch down in the dirt. 2-2 is the count.
Go Hattori batting .308 on the season coming into today's game.
Here's the 2-2 for Madrigal. Going to be ripped right into left field. Queimada tracking it under the sun and gets the first out. Now brings up Jin Hattori for the Bootleggers. As he steps in the batter's box with one out. Nobody on, bottom of the first inning. George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey. Thank you for tuning in with us this Sunday morning as Jin Hattori now stepping in the batter's box. Going to be crowding the plate as here's the pitch from Madrigal. Way upstairs as Jin Hattori had to lean out of the way of that pitch from Madrigal. 1-0 the count.
Madrigal, a little chin music there, trying to brush him off. Jin Hattori batting .267 coming into today's game.
Here's a 1-0. Again, up high and inside, 2-0. The count for Jin Hattori. Gonzalez on deck for the Bootleggers. Madrigal rocking the high socks on the mound as that pitch fastball inside, 2-1. Madrigal delivers again inside, 3-1 the count. Rojas gonna get out of position there, 3-1. Madrigal delivers, swung on and missed, full count for Jin Hattori. Another fastball there from Daniel Madrigal. One out, nobody on here, bottom of the first inning. Here's a 3-2 for Madrigal. Just outside, ball number 4. Hattori going to get his free base. So now brings up Gonzalez, the lefty, to the plate. Batting in the 3 spot this morning for the Bootleggers, also playing over in center field. So 1 out, 1 runner on. Here's a pitch from Madrigal upstairs. That's going to get away from Rojas. Just got the tip of his glove. And Hattori going to go take over on second. Jin Hattori in scoring position for the Bootleggers, who are looking to strike first here in the ball game between the Blue Sox.
Gonzalez, freshman out of nearby College of the Desert. Getting a solid 278 coming into today.
Here's a 1-0. Again, upstairs, 2-0 the count for Graham Gonzalez. Torrey with a good lead over on second. Vasquez crowding the plate a little bit there on second. 2-0 is the count for Graham Gonzalez. And so he's going to step out. Rojas and Madrigal going to have a conversation on the mounds. With a runner in scoring position for the Bootleggers here in the ball game. Here's a 2-0 for Madrigal. Gonna get the top outside corner of the strike zone for the first strike here of this at bat. 2-1 the count with 1 out, 1 runner on. Pitch going to be down low in the dirt. Rojas able to corral it in front of him. With only 1 out and 1 runner on, Kai Pagan on deck for the Bootleggers. A 5-stride lead for Jin Hattori over on second. Vasquez there, he's going to back away. Here's a 3-1. Swung on and missed. Full count now. Madrigal gets set, kicks, and here's a 3-2. Going to be hit up high into the air, deep into foul territory, as that's going to be out of play. The count is still full. Long at bat here for Graham Gonzalez. It's going to be a full count for him with 1 out. Jin Hattori over on second in scoring position for the Bootleggers. Here's the pitch from Madrigal, upstairs, ball number 4. Back-to-back walks for Daniel Madrigal. So 2 runners on with 1 out. Kai Pagan. He's going to be stepping up to the dish.
Freshman out of Mission College. He's batting .421 coming into today.
Pitch there for Madrigal inside for strike number 1. Bootleggers looking to strike first here in the ball game. Here's the 0-1. Fastball got right underneath the bat of Kai Pagan. (0-2) count, 1 out, 2 runners on for the Bootleggers, bottom of the first inning. And here's the 0-2. Going to be fouled back. Count is still 0-2. Tyler Swann on deck. Here's the 0-2 for Madrigal. And they're going to say that he did go, and that's going to be the first strikeout for Daniel Madrigal on the day. So 2 outs now with 2 runners on. Bottom of the first inning, Tyler Swann. He's stepping in the batter's box. He's behind the plate for the Bootleggers this morning.
Swann's struggling at the plate so far this year, just batting .154. He's had 3 RBIs.
Here's the 0-2. Gonna be down and away. Daniel Madrigal on the hill for the Blue Sox. That's going to get inside for strike one. 1-1 the count for Tyler Swann.
Torrey momentarily running there and scuttled back.
Madrigal gets set on the mound, looks back at Jin Hattori. Pitch going to be upstairs, fastball, 2-1. Two outs here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 runners on for the Bootleggers, looking to get on board first. 2-1 from Madrigal, going to be fouled back. Count knotted up, 2-2. Daniel Madrigal getting set, awaiting his signs from Rojas. Vasquez crowding on second. Here's the pitch. Curveball gonna get Tyler Swann looking. Back-to-back strikeouts to close out the inning for Daniel Madrigal. Brings us to the top of the second inning. Primo Vasquez, Troy May, and Jacob Colt, the 3 due up next for the Blue Sox when we return. Here we are, top of the second inning, still knotted up at 0 apiece. Nobody scored yet. As Primo Vasquez going to be the leadoff hitter here for the Blue Sox.
Primo Vasquez, sophomore out of St. Mary's University, brings a .312 average so far this year coming into today's game. Another stellar bat on this prolific Blue Sox offense.
As that's going to be lined right into the glove of Scofani for the first out. Quick one pitch hit there for Primo Vasquez. Going to line him out for the first out, which brings up Troy May. The big righty here for the Blue Sox. Batting in the 6th spot with 1 out. Garcia on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball going to get inside, 0-1 the count for Troy May here in the top of the second inning. The 0-1 from Garcia going to be hit up high into the air, deep over. Pagan going to get underneath it towards the warning track for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the second inning. No teams here today have recorded a hit. It's the only time batters have gotten on bases through walks. Here's a pitch from Garcia upstairs. Jacob Kalt to the plate, the right fielder for the Blue Sox this morning. The 1-0. Breaking ball down and inside, 2-0 the count for Jacob Kalt. Up high inside, puts Kalt up in the count, 3-0. Here, top of the second inning, nobody's scored yet between the Bootleggers and Blue Sox. Here's a 3-0 pitch. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk for Jacob Kalt. Jake Serpa going to be batting now for the Blue Sox. The righty with 2 outs and runner on. Garcia gets set on the mound. 2 outs, here's the pitch. That's going to nick the inside of the strike zone, 0-1 the count.
Jake Serpa, another big bat. 316 coming into today. 6 RBIs.
Here's the 0-1. Lined into deep left field. Pagan getting underneath that one. Out number 3. Leaves Jacob Kalt the lone runner on for the Blue Sox. Still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Xavier Thomas, Ryan McCarthy, and Max Merlin. The 3 due up next for the Bootleggers when we return. Here we are, bottom half of the second inning. Xavier Thomas going to lead things off for the Bootleggers. Daniel Madrigal still on the hill. So here's the pitch. That's going to get underneath the legs of Rojas there, 1-0 the count. Nobody's recorded a hit yet in the ball game, as it's still a 0-0 game between the Blue Sox and Bootleggers.
Xavier Thomas is a grad student out of Wheeling University.
It's a pitch there for Madrigal, inside 1-1.
An imposing figure there, 240 pounds, 6'2", batting .231. Coming in this year has 3 RBIs, all of which came in his first game of the year against the North Stars.
The 1-1. Swung on and missed on the fastball there from Daniel Madrigal. Xavier Thomas down in the count, 1-2. Thomas, the first baseman for the Bootleggers this morning. PSCL action here at Palm Springs Stadium. Here's the 1-2. There's a breaking ball, going to be away, 2-2. No outs, nobody on here. As that pitch, fastball up and in, 3-2 the count. Ryan McCarthy on deck for the Bootleggers. Full count, here's a pitch from Madrigal. That's going to get Thomas looking. Strikeout number 3 for Daniel Madrigal on the morning. Which brings up Ryan McCarthy to the plate. With 1 out and nobody on here, bottom of the 2nd inning.
Ryan McCarthy, freshman out of Butte College. Batting just 167 coming into this game. A couple RBIs on the year.
Pitch going to be upstairs, 1-0 for McCarthy. Going to be fouled off. McCarthy at the plate battling. Nobody has recorded a hit. One out, nobody on. Here's a pitch from Madrigal. That's going to get inside, 2-1 the count. Max Merlin on deck for the Bootleggers. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back, 2-2 the count now for Ryan McCarthy. Full day of PSCL action here in Palm Springs, California, right over the right field wall. On the turf field, another game going on throughout the day. As here's a 2-2 pitch, going to be down low, breaking ball, full count. As here's a full count pitch. We fouled off. McCarthy staying alive at the plate, battling with 1 out and nobody on.
And worth noting, we already got some action going in the Bootleggers bullpen. Might see someone new on the bottom of the 2nd.
The 3-2, that's going to be lined up over in the glove of Gamino. The throw over, not in time to May, as that got out of his glove. As that's going to be an error on May. So he could not squeeze it into his gloves. Still have yet to see our first hit. McCarthy going to be on base for the Bootleggers with Max Merlin at the plate. The right fielder this morning. Fastball upstairs, 0-1 the count.
Max Merlin, freshman out of college at the Redwoods. .437 average on the season.
1-1 the count. That pitch from Daniel Madrigal. One base runner on. That's Ryan McCarthy on first base. Here's a 1-1. Going to be down and away. Rojas able to keep it in front of him. 2-1 the count. Daniel Caprio on deck. As McCarthy, he's going to go to second to throw over. Not in time, and he's going to be safe over there. Stolen base for Ryan McCarthy. Puts him in scoring position as the Bootleggers are looking to strike first. Here in the bottom of the second inning, nobody scored yet. Base hit here from Max Merlin would bring McCarthy in on home. Here's a 2-2. Going to be down and away. Going to get away from Rojas. As McCarthy going to advance on the pass ball. Full count for the right fielder. With McCarthy 90 feet away from home, here's a 3-2. Swung on and miss. As that is going to be strikeout number 4 for Daniel Madrigal. With 2 outs, runner in scoring position, Daniel Caprio. The righty stepping in the batter's box now.
Daniel Caprio, uncommitted freshman.
As he's going to foul that one, 0-1. Madrigal on the mound. Here's the 0-1. Fastball going to get inside, 0-2. Two outs, McCarthy over on third base scoring position. As that is going to be another strikeout there for Daniel Madrigal. Strikeout number 5 on the day. Going to leave McCarthy stranded on third base to retire the side. As we now go top of the third inning, Alexis Gamino, Steve Murata, and Anthony Rojas, the 3 due up next for the Blue Sox when we return. Welcome back. Top of the third inning here in a scoreless ball game. As the 8-2 Blue Sox take the plate, Alexis Gamino going to lead things off here. New pitcher on the mound, Ryan Perry. As he gets set on the rubber. Here's a pitch. Upstairs, fastball 1-0.
There's one appearance thus far this year. Gave up one earned run in an inning pitched, one strikeout, one walk.
As that's going to be fouled back. 1-1 the count for Alexis Gamino, the third baseman for the Blue Sox this morning. Some early morning PSCL action here in Palm Springs, California. That one up high and inside. Gamino moving out of the way of that one, 2-1. As that's going to be lined up over into left field. Pagan getting underneath that one, out number 1. He's been busy here in the ball game. 4 flyouts coming over to him, which brings up the 10th hitter, Stevie Murata. Murata, the shortstop for the Blue Sox this morning. There's a pitch from Perry upstairs, 1-0 the count.
Murata with a solid .333 average coming into today. 2 runs batted in.
The 1-0. Another fastball upstairs, 2-0 the count. Blue Sox half game back from the Lumberjacks in first place. They're tied with the A's in second as they're riding on a 5-game win streak. Top of the third inning, nobody has scored. As that is going to be called foul down the third base line.
Just barely. Alright, let's stay fair for just a moment.
Two and 1 the count. Steven Murata, as the top of the order, is on deck with Anthony Rojas. The 2-1. Going to get inside for strike number 2. 2-2 the count with 1 out. Nobody on here. Top of the third inning. Still in a scoreless ball game. And a hitless ball game as well. The Blue Sox one of the best hitting teams, as that's going to be fouled off again down the third base line. Count still stands at 2-2. Perry delivers a 2-2. That's going to be down low and away. Going to get away from Swann, 3-2. One out. Anthony Rojas on deck for the Blue Sox. It's been a very good pitching duel between both teams, as Ryan Perry going to be the second pitcher for the Bootleggers. That's going to be down low. Ball number 4. Stevie Murata going to get on base here with a walk. Which now brings us to the top of the order with Anthony Rojas, the catcher for the Blue Sox. Last time we saw him was in the first inning. He flew out over to Gonzalez in center field.
Rojas has 5 runs batted in on the year coming into today's game.
Just going to get a piece of the ball there, fouling it back. 0-1 for Rojas.
Very stingy game so far. Again, still no hit from either team.
One error from the Blue Sox. That came from Troy Mays. Here's the 0-1. Make it 1-1 as Swann had to leap up and extend the arms to grab it. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball inside 1-2. Ryan Perry on the mound. No action in the Blue Sox bullpen yet. Looks like it's going to be Madrigal's game in the bottom of the third. Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball, going to get away from Swann. He's able to recover quickly as Murata going back to first base. Sunny Sunday morning here in Palm Springs, California, as that was just outside. 3-2 the count now. Looked good from up here in the booth. I think the Bootleggers dugout thought the same thing. Full count, 1 out, 1 runner on. Ryan Perry delivers as that's going to be ripped right into the glove over of Hattori. And they convert the double play. A 5-6-3 double play, going to retire the side. As we now go to the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be Weston, Scafoni, Go Hattori, and Jin Hattori. The three due up next for the Bootleggers when we return. Here we are, bottom of the third inning in a scoreless game and a hitless game between the Blue Sox and Bootleggers. Here for some PSCL action. George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey here on the call. It's going to be the 10-hole hitter, Weston Scafoni. Pitch there, 1-0. First time we're going to see Scafoni this morning with Go Hattori on deck. And the top of the order for the Bootleggers. As that's going to be fouled off towards the Blue Sox dugout. 1-1 the count. Scafoni, the third baseman, the shortstop for the Bootleggers. Daniel Madrigal still on the mound for the Blue Sox here. As here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball upstairs, 2-1.
Scafoni, 357 on the year so far. Freshman out of West Valley College.
2-1, breaking ball down low. Hitters count 3-1.
First hit for either team. so far this morning.
Bottom of the third inning in a scoreless ball game in PSCL action this Sunday morning. Here's a 3-1. That's going to be down low fastball, ball number 4. Is Scaffoni going to make his way over to first now, which brings us to the top of the order with Go Hattori. Madrigal looking over on first is Scaffoni. Hattori, 0 for 1 in the ballgame, flew out. Down in the dirt, 1-0. Hattori, the third baseman for the Bootleggers. Here's a 1-0. It's Scaffoni. He's going to go attempt to steal second, the throw up high. However, Murata was able to hit the ball there before it could go out into the outfield. It's going to be a stolen base for Scaffoni. Second steal of the day for the Bootleggers.
An impressive show considering coming into this game they ranked dead last in the PSCL in total stolen bases. They had just 8 coming into today. Already they've got 2.
In the double-digit category for stolen bases, hopefully putting him in scoring position and get on board first. 3-0 count for Hattori, with Jin Hattori on deck. No outs here, bottom of the third inning. Madrigal looking back over Scaffoni on second. Here's a 3-0. Fastball right down Main Street for strike 1. As that is going to be ball number 4. 2 runners on for Jin Hattori, who's stepping in the batter's box right now for the Bootleggers. With no outs, Hattori on first, Scaffoni on second. Both of those batters were walked. Jin Hattori was walked in his first plate appearance. Made his way to second off a pass ball. Big swing and a miss there from him, 0-1. No outs here, bottom of the third inning, as the Bootleggers looking to strike first, with Scaffoni in scoring position on second. Here's the 0-1. Making it now 1-1 as that pitch upstairs. Gonzalez on deck. Murata close over to Scaffoni on second. Here's a 1-1. Popped up into the air, fouled off 1-2. Nobody has scored yet here in the ball game. Nobody's recorded a hit either. Daniel Madrigal on the mound. No action in the Blue Sox bullpen. As here's a 1-2 with no outs. Popped up high into the air. And that is going to be out of play. Fouled off right over our heads here in the press box. Still 1-2 count for Jin Hattori. With Gonzalez on deck, 2 runners on, no outs, bottom of the third inning. To give credit here to both pitchers on either side, not allowing a hit, few walks, and Daniel Madrigal also has 5 strikeouts in the ball game. Awaiting the 1-2, here's a kick and delivers. Inside 2-2 the count. So Marshall, no outs and 2 runners on. Would you be surprised if Scaffoni was to steal third? As that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Daniel Madrigal.
I would not be surprised. If you gotta force the action here, this game might not go too long inning-wise if we hit the time limit. Both runners with generous leads.
Graham Gonzalez at the plate, the lefty. He was walked in his first plate appearance in the first inning. And his fastball up high, 1-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 runners are on base. Scaffoni in scoring position on second. Go Hattori over on first. Both of those batters were walked. Here's a 1-0. Gonna hit the outside of the strike zone. 1-1 the count. There's a 2-hour time limit in PSCL action, or 7 innings. They also have 10 hitters as well. So here's a 1-1. Big swing and miss on the breaking ball there, 1-2. Madrigal kicks and deals, breaking ball down in the dirt. Rojas keeps the ball in front of him. Runners are going to stay where they are. Count is now 2-2 with 1 out. Kai Pagan on deck for the Bootleggers. Coming in the ball game, tied in last place with the Haymakers. Also have a 3-game losing streak. Trying to break that here. As that's popped up. Out of play into the stands. Count still 2-2. Marshall, you like to see the aggression here from Graham Gonzalez as looking to get the first hit of the ball game.
Indeed. I've seen a lot of runners put on base so far, but no hits. Bootleggers get their languid offense going.
Yeah, Scaffoni, he's going to go steal third. The throw not in time as he's safe over there. Second stolen base of the day for Weston Scaffoni. So it's going to be a full count for Graham Gonzalez. Runners now on the corners with 1 out. So a ball on the ground could force a double play if placed correctly in the infield. Full count, here's a pitch. As that's going to be lined down over the glove of Gamino for a base hit. Coming in to score Scaffoni. And they're going to hold up Go Hattori as that's going to be an RBI double for Graham Gonzalez, who gets the first hit of the ball game. And the Bootleggers are up 1-0 here. Really good hit from Graham Gonzalez. Got over the glove of Gamino over at third, Marshall.
That was beautifully hit. And that's Gonzalez's 4th RBI on the season. Credit to Hattori for setting that up with a stolen base. Oh, pardon.
Hattori over on third. With Gonzalez on second, Kai Pagan. And at the dish, he struck out in his first plate appearance with 1 out. Here in the ball game, 1-0.
Pardon my mistake. Scaffoni stolen base that set that up.
The 1-0 for Madrigal. Going to hit the inside of the strike zone, 1-1. No action in the Blue Sox bullpen yet. So we already saw Ryan Perry come in for the Bootleggers. 1-1 count with 1 out, 2 runners on. Here's a pitch from Daniel Madrigal. That's going to be fouled back, 1-2. So we got our first hit and first run of the ball game coming in favor for the Bootleggers as they're up 1-0 over the Blue Sox. They're trying to snap their 3-game losing streak, while the Blue Sox are looking to maintain their 5-game win streak, as they're tied in second place. 1-2 is the count. Here's a pitch from Daniel Madrigal. Breaking ball inside, 2-2. RBI double from Graham Gonzalez brought home Scafoni in to score. As here's a 2-2 from Madrigal. That's going to get by Rojas. And coming on in to score is Go Hattori. Now puts the Bootleggers up 2-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it's going to advance Graham Gonzalez over on the pass ball there. So it's going to be a full count for Kai Pagan. Kai Pagan struck out in his first appearance in the bottom of the 1st inning. Here we are, bottom of the 3rd, Bootleggers up 2-0. Full count, here's a pitch from Madrigal, swung on and missed. And that is going to be strikeout number 7 for Daniel Madrigal of the day. Tyler Swann stepping into the batter's box now. He struck out as well in his first plate appearance. Two outs, 1 run and run. Big swing and miss there from Tyler Swann, the catcher for the Bootleggers. So 7 strikeouts for Daniel Madrigal. 90 feet away from home, Graham Gonzalez, as that is going to hit the left shoulder of Tyler Swann.
Madrigal coming undone in this inning. Still not seeing any activity in the Blue Sox bullpen. And we'll have a pinch runner on. For the Bootleggers, that would... Trey Brooks III will take over as pinch runner at first. Got a stolen base on the air.
So 2 outs, runners on the corners. Xavier Thomas, he's at the plate, struck out in the 2nd inning when we first saw him. 2 outs, Bootleggers up 2-0 here in the ball game. And it's a pitch from Madrigal, going to get inside, strike 1. Fastball there from him. We've seen that fastball all day long. It's been working out really well. And it's a throwback over to first, not in time. We're safe there. Trey Brooks on first. Going to be pinch running for Tyler Swann, the catcher for the Bootleggers, with 2 outs. Daniel Madrigal delivers the 0-1. Hard fastball there for a strike, as Brooks going to make his way over to second. As Rojas just kept that one in his back pocket. Very hard thrown pitch there from Daniel Madrigal. You could hear that from the catcher's glove. So 0-2 is the count with 2 outs, 2 runners on, both of them in scoring position. As the Bootleggers are up 2-0 here in the ball game. Xavier Thomas struck out in the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-2 from Madrigal, upstairs, 1-2 the count. Madrigal gets set on the mound. Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 8 for Daniel Madrigal on the day. Going to retire the side, leaving 2 runners on. However, the Bootleggers are able to score 2 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We go to the top of the 4th. Christian Angulo Joel Kamada, and Matthew Lawton. The three due up next for the Blue Sox when we return. Welcome back, George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey here on the call. And it's going to be top of the fourth inning. Bootleggers up 2-0 here in the ball game. Ryan Perry still on the mound. Here's the pitch from him. Breaking ball down low, 1-0 the count. Christian Angulo, he's at the plate. He flew out over to Scofani on short in his first plate appearance. The only time we saw him today was in the first inning. And a breaking ball again swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Joel Quemada on deck. Here's a 1-1 from Perry. Going to be swung on. Foul. Looked like he got fouled off. Still going to be 1-2 the count. So Joe Quemada on deck. Blue Sox have yet to record a hit here in the ball game, as they're known around the PSCL as one of the better hitting teams, a reason why they're 8-2 on the season and have on a 5-game win streak as well.
Now they rank first or near the top in just about every offensive category.
And there's another breaking ball, as Angulo goes down swinging, as that's going to be the first strikeout of the ball game for the Bootleggers between Garcia and Perry. As Daniel Madrigal, he has 8 on the day for the Blue Sox on the other side. Here's a pitch from Perry upstairs, 1-0. Joel Quemada was walked in his first plate appearance in the top of the first inning. Here's a 1-0. Pitch going to get inside, 1-1. Ryan Perry seems to have found his stride here in the top of the fourth inning, striking out one batter already. As here's a pitch. Going to be ripped right up over the glove of Scofani, and that's going to be the base hit there for Joel Quemada. And the one thing about the Blue Sox is once they're hot, they're hot. And if they can get the momentum going here, Matthew Lawton going to be approaching the batter's box in just a moment. So both teams have recorded a hit here in the ball game.
Lawton, 5 runs batted in on the year. Interesting to see if the Blue Sox might get aggressive on the base paths. That paid dividends in the prior inning for the Bootleggers.
1-0 the count for Matthew Lawton. He flew out over to Pagan his first plate appearance. The pitch. Maybe a curveball upstairs, 2-0. One out, one runner on here for the Blue Sox. Top of the 4th inning. They're down 2 runs to the Bootleggers. PSCL action here, as that's going to be chopped up over the glove of Swann. Going to flip it up over to Hatani and over to Thomas to complete the double play. 6-4-3 going to retire the side. Blue Sox still unable to score here in the ball game, but they did finally record their first base hit. As that's going to retire the side as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan McCarthy, Max Merlin, and Daniel Caprillo, the 3 due up next. Bottom of the 4th inning for the Bootleggers. They're up 2-0 when we return. Here we are, bottom of the 4th inning. Bootleggers are up 2-0 over the Blue Sox here in PSCL action. George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey here on the call. And that pitch from Madrigal getting inside for strike 1. Ryan McCarthy, he's at the plate to lead things off. Advanced off an error in the 2nd inning. Was able to steal a base as well, as he's going to hit that one up high into the air. Rojas going to watch that one fly right in front of us and into the stands. 0-2 is the count now for McCarthy. Here's the 0-2 upstairs, 1-2. Fastball up and away. Here's the 1-2 from Madrigal. That's going to be lined, fouled off. And the Blue Sox dugout. Still 1-2 the count for McCarthy. Full day of PSCL action here in Palm Springs, California. Turf Field. There's some action over there as well. As here's a 1-2 from Madrigal down in the dirt. Gonna get by Rojas, 2-2 the count. No outs here, bottom of the 4th inning. Bootleggers up 2 runs over the Blue Sox. As here's the 2-2 from Madrigal. Popped up into the air. Rojas tracking underneath the sun. Madrigal comes running in and gets the first out.
Close one.
spotless day, very hot day too, 93 degrees. Easy to lose that ball in the sun. Madrigal. Arch back just a bit to get it.
There is some action in the Blue Sox bullpen. To the right of us here in the booth. Here's a pitch from Madrigal upstairs, 1-0. Max Merlin, he's at the plate. He struck out in his first plate appearance in the second inning. One of 8 strikeouts for Daniel Madrigal on the day. Here's a 1-0 from him. Fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1 for Max Merlin. Also in the bullpen, 2-1 is the count. As he's warming up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 is the count for Merlin. Going to be down and away. Hitters count 3-1. Daniel Caprio is on deck. Bootleggers looking to snap their 3-game losing streak. As they're up 2 runs here. Plenty of ball game left to be played. As here's a 3-1 pitch from Madrigal. Popped up into the air into right center. Colt makes a sliding catch and he is unable to do so. And sliding safely into second is Max Merlin. And it's on the slide. It looked like the ball just was unable to be squeezed by Colt in right center. As that's going to go down as a hit for Max Merlin, a double for him. So he's in scoring position as the Bootleggers are looking to add on to their 2-0 lead here with Daniel Caprio. He struck out in the second inning when we last saw him. Here we are, bottom of the 4th, 1 out. Merlin over on second with the lead. That's going to be fouled back by Caprio. 0-1 the count.
Caprio just 1 RBI on the year so far. Came on the 18th in a 7-7 tie with the Snowbirds. How stingy Bootlegger pitching has been so far. The insurance run to be insurmountable.
As that pitch there down low, 1-1. And Caprio told Merlin to stay on second as he's in scoring position. Madrigal gets set on the hill. This is going to be the 4th inning. He's pitched, and there goes Merlin over to third. And he's going to just walk right up over there untouched as he's now 90 feet away from home to making this a 3-0 ball game. 1 out. Caprio, he's at the plate. 2-1 count for him. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. We've seen 2 hits for the Bootleggers in the ball games and 1 for the Blue Sox. As there's a pitch, as that's going to be swing and miss. 2-2 the count now.